I think because we both want to do films that have an impact on the world, that have a positive impact on the world, and that are meaningful. We really wanted to achieve with this film that the public can have, in these really troubled times, feel hope and see that a positive change is possible. And I think this was our common motivation to do this documentary.
And also, it's not about us as directors, but it's about the audience. So it's a group collaboration in the end with Orn Moverman, Richard Gere. So we all have one goal to do the maximum out of his messages in a secular way, so that also in a Catholic context, you can be inspired by the Buddhist-driven but very human messages His Holiness has for every human being that wants to improve him or herself or make the world a better place.
A mí me impresiona mucho el archivo que tenéis de imágenes del Tíbet, de China. ¿Todo eso ha sido fácil, tener los derechos, verdad?
So I was quite impressed by the archival footage you were using, both from Tibet, from China. Was it difficult to achieve the rights or to get the rights for this footage?
I mean, we had a really incredible access to His Holiness and the whole Tibetan entourage there, and they gave us a lot of, let's say, trust. So that's why they opened up their archive, and there was a lot of footage which has never been digitalized. And because we have really good specialists working together, they brought us the material to Switzerland, these big rolls, and a lot of them were almost destroyed. So we were really able to save them, to use them in the film, this incredible archive material, and also give it back now secured and digitalized, so that it's open or to the world, and that it stays there for eternity, we hope.
¿Cómo ha sido el contacto con Richard Gere? ¿Es el que os llama? ¿Vosotros le llamáis?
How did you get in touch with Richard Gere? You called him, he called you, who was it?
At the end, we were waiting to the right moment that the film is ready, and that was a year ago at Berlinale, and then we just wrote him an email asking that we can come to New York and show him the film. He accepted and saw it with his wife Alejandra, so very moved, very emotionalized, and from there we started our collaboration, which needed us to go many times Zurich, New York, but it was a very fruitful and very positive and inspiring collaboration.
Because we really went through the film with Richard, with all his knowledge, about Buddhism, with his knowledge about the Dalai Lama. And also we went through the archive material, and it was this inspiring insights that Richard could give and enrich the whole film and make it even more personal, more open for everyone. And it was an incredible creative process doing this 2 months with Richard and Orm Moverman.
Also, what I think he was impressed that he never saw His Holiness speaking directly to you, so that's a once in a lifetime chance. It's also his last appearance on the big screen, so he was very moved and has never seen something like that. And he agrees that at least for the next 600 years, film should be accessible all over the world.
La película se estrena en el siglo XXI, pues estamos ahora. ¿Cómo está el budismo después de haber presentado la película en muchos sitios? ¿Cómo veis la religión budista? ¿En qué momento está tan de moda como hace unos años?
So this is now 21st century. How is Buddhism now in the world? You've been presenting, you've introduced a film in different areas of the world. Is it still so fashionable as it was like a couple of years ago? How's the moment in Buddhism right now?
I think, or our goal wasn't to make a film about Buddhism. Of course, the Dalai Lama is a representative of Buddhism, but what he always says is the most important thing is secular ethics, means human rights, which are more important than any religion. And that's why this film is really a modern film for the 21st century. It gives you insight in the psychological aspect of our human beings, of our emotions, how to deal with negative emotions, how to deal with difficult times, where to find peace and where to find hope to go on and to be a part of this change. So yes, I mean, the Tibetan situation is a topic. We know it's very difficult what is happening in Tibet and the survival of the culture that they are fighting for. But of course, this film is not a Buddhist film. It's, yeah, you can say it's a spiritual film, but it's much more, you can immerse in this feeling and this knowledge of the Dalai Lama. It's a kind of meditation, but it's also, we try to be really inspiring of having tools to really, have a better way to manage the problems we have in the 21st century. So much more a modern film than an ancient Buddhist thinking.
Well, we were having now experience from Switzerland, Germany, Austria. The film did really good. After 6 months, it's still in theaters. It's the best documentary Swiss documentary since years. So we are very, very happy and reached many, many people. We don't know about Spain. And next month we have Italy. We have Estonia, Czech Republic, Poland coming up, so very Catholic contexts. So we hope that people are interested in how to deal with negative emotion, how to collaborate, how to continue the dialogue and make the world a better place by starting with yourself. I think it's a very modern, Buddhist-inspired message.
And we can say, I mean, we heard from many people who went 5 to 10 times to rewatch the movie because they say in the moment they enter the cinema and they watch Sabiduría, felicidad, they feel so calm, they feel so full of hope and joy, and they wanted to really have this feeling over and over again. And a lot of people say there are so many messages you can take to your daily life and integrate them in your routine, in your family life, in your personal life, that they are so inspired to go again and take as much from this ancient knowledge which the Dalai Lama brings to our modern world, that they went again and again. And it's so beautiful to see that this message really reached the audience and give them what we really hoped for.
Also, it's not a classical documentary, but it's an experience. You can feel it, what he's saying. So I think we have seen many people crying, being very relaxed and easy, deeply touched by the humanity you receive, also by the life story of the Dalai Lama, which can be an example for everybody because he stays very modest and is very kind and very funny too.
O sea, que puede sustituir a las pastillas antiestrés.
Absolutely.
Can it replace the anti-stress pills, maybe?
We think so. I mean, what people say as a reaction, it looks like that it could really help to overcome a lot of difficulties and a lot of anxieties also. And give this feeling of, okay, I'm not hopeless, I'm not alone. We are a lot of people, and living in solidarity with others is not a weakness, but it's extremely strengthness. And it brings us joy and security also in life to see, there is a future and we can be part of it and we can enjoy life, also if it's sometimes difficult.
So absolutely, it's an anti-stress program for a modern world where we are overstimulated all the time. So this is how to find quietness and peace in daily life. So absolutely, it's a stress management lecture.
Ya por última pregunta, porque no tenemos tiempo. El Tíbet, ¿cómo está el Tíbet ahora? Vosotros que habéis hecho esta pequeña visita a la historia del Tíbet, ¿hay futuro, no hay futuro?
So very last question, how's your insight? You've been to Tibet, what's the perspective for the future? How have you seen the Tibet right now?
I mean, we were not able to go to Tibet. We just went to Dharamsala and this part, which is the other side of the Himalaya. But of course, we know the situation in Tibet is really, really difficult. I mean, the Dalai Lama tries really to bring peace to this area, to find an autonomy, not the independence, but it's a lot of struggle, and we know there's a lot of repression for Tibetans all over the world. And we really hope that this movie also helps, also if it's not a political movie, but to create more awareness what is happening in this country, and that it's so important for all of us that this culture can survive and it's not repressed, and that it stays for eternity, because it has so much knowledge to help us in our daily normal 21st century life. It's so precious. So we really hope that it helps Sabiduría, felicidad to create more of this awareness how important ancient cultures can be, and how modern they can also be.
You have many